Hello, guys. We are going to start. Today is October 27th. We are going to start by going over our expectations for language arts today. So, one thing, I will remember one reason John uses more force while he plays basketball. I will read a chapter and I will choose a book to read. Oops, sorry. And I will choose a book to read. So, here's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to read the story aloud. Then you're going to read it to someone. So you are going to voice record or read it to me or a teacher during that time today. And then you're going to choose a book to read. Again, either to somebody or a voice recording, please. Okay, let's get started and I will read our chapter. Okay, here's our chapter that we are reading today. We're already on chapter 5 of this book about force and motion. So chapter 5, distance and height. So what sport is he playing? What do you notice? It's a basketball. All right, let's move on to the first page. John is learning at home. He will be playing basketball. He has a basketball hoop at home. He gets out his basketball. John's brother Calvin comes outside to play with him. So what sport does John play at home? What is he playing? Yeah, he plays basketball. All right. John and Calvin are playing basketball. John wants to pass the ball to Calvin. Calvin is standing far away. How can John pass the ball when Calvin is so far away? So what does John need to do to get the ball to Calvin? What does he need to do? Needs to pass the ball, okay. He needs to use what? Gravity is when the ball comes down, right? So how can we make it go farther away? Yeah, we can use force, right? So the more force that you use, then the farther away the ball is going to go. Let's see. John thinks about motion and distance. Distance is the space between two places. It is how far or how close things are to each other. John needs to pass the ball a far distance. John will use force to pass the ball to Calvin. Okay, so here's where one of them needs to pass the ball way over here. So what is distance? Distance is the space between, okay? So we have talked about social distance in our classroom, right? Being farther away from people. We also talk about distance as how close people are, okay? So how far away or how close something is, it's the distance between. The ball will move farther if John uses bigger force. He puts the ball above his head. He pulls his arm back and then pushes them forward to throw hard. What does John do to pass the ball across the far distance? Yeah, he needs to use force, right? So he is pulling way back and then he's going to throw that ball and he's going to use a lot of force when he does it. If he didn't use a lot of force, the ball wouldn't make it all the way over to Calvin. It works. John uses enough force to get the ball to Calvin. Sorry about that. Calvin shoots the ball and makes the basket. It's John's turn to shoot the ball. Calvin passes the ball to John. So when you're in basketball, you're using a lot of force, right? So you're using force to push the ball and to pass it to someone else. And then you're also using force to shoot the ball so you can make a basket. Okay, so who does John pass the ball to? Who's the other character in our story? Calvin, or in our chapter. Yep, Calvin's the other character in our story. So Calvin and John are the characters. Where's the setting? Setting is the place. Yeah, do you think they're playing at his house? Outside on the basketball court? Yep, those are all good places to talk about. John gets the ball back. He wants to shoot and score. Calvin has his arms up. Calvin is trying to block the ball. John will have to push the ball up high to make a basket. So what will John need to do to score a basket? Yeah, he needs to push the ball high and have it go over top of Calvin's head, right? So he needs to use a lot of force, again, to make it go up. And then what's going to make it come back down into the basket? Gravity. Good job. John knows gravity is pulling him and the ball down. He will have to use more force to get the ball higher. John stops and bends his knees. When he bends his knees, he can use more force to jump up as high as he can. How does John get the ball higher? Yeah, so the force and the gravity is keeping you down, and so you have to kind of crouch down and then use all of your force to jump and to use force with your hands as well. John pushes the ball while he's in the air and the ball goes up and up. The ball goes down to the basket, into the basket. John knows using more force moves the ball farther and higher. So how was John able to make a basket? Using force. Nice job. So the force helped the ball go up higher and then go down with the gravity. Here are the words and vocabulary that we use during this chapter. So what I want you to do now is to make a voice recording of you reading this story, or setting up a Google Meet with a teacher so we can hear you read, and then you'll be reading the book that I assigned, the basketball story. So you can read both of those on a voice recording or to a teacher. Nice job.